you want to lose weight? Well, today I'm going to show you the simple formula on how you can burn fat basically on autopilot. And if you're sat there wondering why should I listen to this guy right now, well, have a look at this. This was me not so long ago over here, 248 pounds, very fat as you can see. And this was me a couple of months ago, 183 pounds, 65 pounds of fat down. I mean, looking pretty lean. Clearly, I've lost a lot of fat. So clearly, I know what I'm talking about. So let me take you through my journey a little bit first before I get into the actual formula. So September 2022, as before, very fat looking. And then a year later, September 2023, I'd only lost 10 pounds. But why had I only lost 10 pounds after a year of trying to lose weight? Well, I tried to adhere to extreme diets. And what do I mean by extreme diets? I'm talking carnivore, keto. I even tried vegan, and I tried eating like 1,000 calories a day for like a couple of weeks at some point. And they just don't work. Trying to adhere to like extremes like that, especially when you're someone who lives a busy lifestyle and has other responsibilities, it's just not possible. And it leads to you binge eating, so you don't lose weight. Also, I wasn't doing the basics right. I was trying to do really hard cardio very periodically rather than doing steady state cardio regularly. And of course, that goes completely against the basics of fat loss. Therefore, I didn't lose any fat. And again, I had an all or nothing mentality. For 1 week, I was all in, trying to eat some crazy diet, trying to do so much cardio. And then for 2 weeks, I did nothing because I had burnt myself out by trying to adhere to absolute insanity, basically. So I'm going to take you through the formula now. The formula that got me from this to this, well, technically this to this in a year. So step one, the foundation. You're going to need your BMR. And what is your BMR? It's your base metabolic rate. And what does that mean? It means the amount of calories your body burns naturally, basically whilst you do nothing. So I'm going to link a calculator down below. It's going to look something like this, and you're going to be able to work that out. And then you're going to want to eat in a 500 calorie deficit, or create rather a 500 calorie deficit every single day. And why? If you eat, or if you're in a 3,500 calorie deficit per week, you will lose 1 pound of fat. And that is a super sustainable approach because it's quite easy to sustain that deficit with doing things like walking, eating, and we'll get into the exact how now. So movement is the absolute foundation. And 10,000 steps a day is something that's thrown out a lot. And a lot of people don't understand why 10,000 steps a day is thrown out a lot. 10,000 steps a day is the equivalent of a 5K run. Imagine doing a 5K run every single day. You would assume you're going to lose a lot of fat, right? And you would. So 10K steps equates to that. So you're literally going to burn 300 to 500 calories every single day just by walking. And a lot of people, and something I hear very often is, but how do I do 10K steps a day? And it's actually not as much as you think it is. So this is my personal implementation strategy to get 10K steps a day, and I recommend it to everyone. So if you're going somewhere that's under a 20-minute walk, then walk, whether that's the gym, to the supermarket, to work, to a friend's house, just anywhere. If it's under 20 minutes, walk. It's as simple as that. Also, break it up throughout your day. Let's say you have lunch at work, go for a 20-minute walk. Let's say you have 20 minutes free in the evening, go for a 20-minute walk. Go for periodic walks throughout the day, and it makes getting into a calorie deficit literally effortless, and you're going to lose weight. So the next step is you need to be tracking your calories, and that can intimidate a lot of people, but it's really not that hard. There's apps nowadays. Personally, I use MyFitnessPal, and it's super simple, really. There's no excuse not to be tracking your food. So you want to be eating a high protein diet, and why? Firstly, it keeps you full for longer. So it's going to prevent binge eating because you're not actually going to be hungry very often because of a high protein diet. And secondly, it builds muscle. We don't want to be fat, hence why we're trying to lose weight. But we also don't want to be skinny because, no one wants to be skinny, right? You want to have a lean, muscular physique. So how should you eat and what should you eat? I stick to an 80-20 food split, and I recommend that to everyone also. So what does that actually entail? So 80% whole foods. What are whole foods, you may be asking? We're talking eggs, chicken, beef. Anything that's a single ingredient food is essentially a whole food, right? And then 20% of the time you can kind of mess around with some stuff, eat basically whatever you want, whether that's crisps, chocolate, chips if you're in America. I'm English. But yeah, 20% of the time you can be flexible. You can more or less kind of eat what you want. Obviously, as long as it's in the range of calories that you're supposed to be eating. Let's say you're supposed to be eating 2,500 calories a day. 2,000 of those should be from whole foods around, and then 500 from, whatever you want. That's fine. Also, don't restrict yourself and focus on food you actually enjoy. Eat low-calorie versions of the food you enjoy. Take a look at this. That looks high calorie, right? It basically looks like Five Guys. I like burgers. That's 524 calories and contains around 60 grams of protein, and it takes me 10 minutes to make. I have a bunch of these recipes on my Instagram, by the way, so you can check that out if you don't know where to start. But there's so many low-calorie recipes online, and it's going to help you adhere to a deficit so much more. So the next step is training. As I said before, you don't want to be skinny. So you need to hit the gym. 3 times a week is more than enough. So if you're going to go to the gym 3 times a week, like I'm recommending you should, push-pull legs is the best split by far. And if you're new to the gym, I'll quickly break that down. So push is chest, front delts, mid delts, and triceps, so pushing movements. Pull is back, rear delts, biceps, so pulling movements. And I mean, legs is pretty self-explanatory, right? So what are the actual benefits of weight training other than not being skinny? I mean, you can see that right there. Who wants to be skinny? No one. So fat loss. The more muscle you have, the higher BMR is, meaning the more calories you burn at a steady state. Also, going to the gym is going to burn calories. Lifting weights is going to burn calories. So you're going to lose more fat. Also, as I just said, higher metabolism. The more muscle you have, the more calories your body naturally burns. So there is basically no downside to lifting weights and going to the gym when you're on a weight loss journey. It's one of the keys in this blueprint. Also, my cardio strategy. I'm not the biggest fan of cardio. Don't like running. I don't run. I do 10K steps a day. And the best form of cardio is one that you enjoy and one that is intense. If you enjoy cardio, you're going to be able to do it regularly. If it's intense, that's even better. Personally, for me, mine is Muay Thai. As you can see here, here's me, did a bit of Muay Thai. But it'll feel like a hobby. And when cardio feels like a hobby, you're going to be able to do it much more regularly, and you're actually going to stick to it. So, you could try out rowing, you could try out Muay Thai, boxing. I don't know, any form of cardio that you want to give it a try. If you like it, great. And then if you don't like it, find something else. But you need to find a form of cardio that you enjoy and do it 1-2 times a week. It's going to help you a lot with fat loss. So the next step is the recovery protocol. Now, recovery is something that's overlooked a lot in the fitness industry generally, and especially in fat loss. You need to take rest days. And when I say rest days, I'm not talking lay on your couch and eat a bunch of shit. I'm talking still do your steps, still stick to your diet, but don't go to the gym, don't do your hard cardio, rest. Your body needs recovery, especially if you're in a deficit, because your body's not getting all of the calories it needs to repair your muscles, for energy levels, for everything to do with recovery. You need to take rest days. Also include mental reset days. It's taxing being in a deficit. It's taxing losing weight mentally and physically. So again, just chill. And the whole point of this is not to restrict your lifestyle completely. It's to build up slowly and focus on consistency over a long enough period of time for the desired result, right? So just focus on that. Also allow for holidays, When you go on holiday, eat what you want, do what you want, put on a pound or two of fat. Oh well, you can get it off when you come back, that's fine. So progress tracking, quickly go through that. You want to weigh yourself once a week. So I recommend doing that on a Sunday. I do it on a Sunday. Same time, same day, every single week. Try and go to the toilet before you weigh yourself, because obviously if your stomach and bowel is full, you're going to weigh more, and you want an accurate reading. Hence why we're going to do it on the same day, every single week at the same time. Also avoid daily weighings, because that is going to be seriously mentally taxing when you see the scale go up and down. That just happens. I mean, depending on your salt intake, your food intake, your water intake. Every single day the scale is going to fluctuate, so do not weigh yourself daily because it's going to put you off completely. So adjustments that need to be made based on the scale. So if you're losing over a pound a week, I recommend adding 200 calories. And why? Because you don't need to be losing more than a pound a week unless you want to speed up the process. If you want to lose 2 pounds a week, which personally I would stay away from for most people in most cases, have a 1,000 calorie deficit per day rather than a 500 calorie deficit. But like I said, for most people, I would stay away from that. So if you want to do it the sustainable, steady way, if you're losing more than a pound a week, then add 200 calories and then obviously redo it the next week and see where you're at. If you're losing less than a pound a week, then reduce by 200 calories because you're not losing enough. It's going to take way too long. And a 500 calorie deficit, like I've been saying, is really not that difficult. So drop the calories by 200. And if you're losing a pound a week, maintain your current intake, maintain everything that you're doing, keep weighing yourself, keep losing a pound a week, then you're right on track. So yeah, that is pretty much the blueprint. I'm going to quickly go through common pitfalls though, because a lot of people that I've recommended this to and a lot of people that I've seen try this blueprint do mess up with a few of these. So first one, perfectionism. Accept that some days you're going to fuck up. You're going to have imperfect days, and that is fine. Consistency is going to beat perfection 100% of the time. Being perfect for 1 week out of a month is going to do nothing. Being consistent for 3.5 weeks out of a month is going to give you a result. So consistency over perfection all of the time. Then program hopping. Trust the system. The system works. Let me just look. Let me just zoom out real quick. The system, look what the system creates. Trust the system, trust the process, trust the program that you are on, stick to it consistently, and this is the result you can expect. So do not program hop, do not change what you're doing, stick to the system. And then a lack of accountability. So doing this alone can be difficult, especially when it's your first time properly trying to stick to a system to lose fat. So find a support system. Most of the time, people that are overweight, people that are fat, have fat friends. So go on this journey with a friend. Join a community of people trying to lose fat, or you can consider coaching, which obviously is going to basically make the process effortless and guarantee you results. But a lack of accountability is how you're going to fail 9 times out of 10. So get some accountability in there. And finally, the requirements for success. Take action now. Don't wait. You've been given a blueprint that works, and it is incredibly simple. So take action on it. Why wait? Don't try and think, I'm not sure if this is going to work. Let me go try and find some magic method. This shit works. So take action now. Also, follow the proven system. Like I just said, I've given you the proven system. So follow it, stay consistent, trust the process, and take action today. And you will get your desired result, which is, again, let me go back to it. Desired result. Take action, stick to the system, trust the process, and you'll be given this result. And that's it. I told you it was simple, and it will literally be on autopilot. It's going to take you a week or two to get into it, but after that, honestly, it's effortless. So that's system. That's it. If you want some help with this, if you feel like you need the accountability, you can book a call with me below, and we can have a chat and see if we'd be the right fit to work together. Other than that, hope you enjoyed the video. Take action, and I'll see you in the next one.